Hello and welcome to the Rowdy 300. Today we will be racing in memorial of Kyle Busch, and on pole for this race we have William Byron, starting behind Kyle Busch's 18 car. Next to William Byron we have Ross Chastain, and in row 2 we have Denny Hamlin and Ryan Preece. In row 3 we have Chase Briscoe and Chase Elliott. Last race, Chase Briscoe had an unfortunate DNF. Let's see if he can change that result today. The same goes for the 23 of Bubba Wallace, starting in row 4. Can he change his result from last race and get a better result this weekend? Starting next to him is Joey Logano, and behind them in the next row is Christopher Bell and Josh Berry. Behind them, Alex Bowman and Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick will be one of your ones to watch today. Let's see what he can do. Behind them, RFK teammates Chris Buescher and Brad Keselowski. And behind them, the GOAT himself, Jimmy Johnson, racing in honor of Kyle Busch. Let's see what he can do today. Next to him will be Kyle Larson, and behind them, Michael McDowell and Noah Gragson. In the row behind them, we have Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney not getting a favorable qualifying position today. Let's see if his run will increase his position at the end of the race. Next to him is Carson Hocevar, and in the row behind is Daniel Suarez and Ty Gibbs. And in the row behind them, we have Austin Dillon and Austin Cindric. Behind them, we have Todd Gilliland and Shane Van Gisbergen. Shane Van Gisbergen changing his number from last race from the 16 to the 88. And behind them, we have John Hunter Nemechek, Ty Dillon, Cole Custer in the 14, Eric Jones in the 43, and Martin Truex Jr. racing in honor of Kyle Busch for Legacy Motor Club in that 56 car. Let's see what he can do today. Behind them, this is the rest of the field. We have the 91 of Helio Castroneves. Engines are fired. The 18 car will do one last burnout on the front straightaway. Here we go, green flag. William Byron to the lead, Denny Hamlin in second. Denny Hamlin gets switched to the outside. Here comes Chase Briscoe down the inside to second. And we have a battle. Chase Elliott gets rocketed to the outside in a big crash off of turn 4. Christopher Bell looks like he got sent into the wall. And we'll get our replay here in a second. Looks like he just got cleaned off the front bumper of 23, and he got cleaned off his teammate, the 45. Here we go to the choose cone now. Down the back straightaway. Here we go. Green flag once again. Kyle Larson to the outside. Into turn 3. Chase Elliott gets loose down the front straightaway. Tyler Reddick loose in the dirty air. Here comes Kyle Larson for third. As they go down the back straightaway, the 60 gets loose off of the 9. And we have a big crash in turn 3. We'll get a look at what happened there as they red flagged the race. Looks like Austin Dillon just lost a tire. We'll get another look. He just really banks up the track hard and takes out the 19 of Chase Briscoe. Very unfortunate. And here we go with a round of pit stops. Denny Hamlin gets out cleanly. The rest of the pack taking 4 tires and fuel. Looks like Ryan Blaney's having issues on pit road, losing so many positions. He'll finally get out of pit road. Here we go to the choose cone again. Pace car's off and green flag. Kyle Larson down the outside, and Ryan Preece spins the 9. We're going to have a battle for the last couple laps of the race. Here comes Denny Hamlin to the inside of the 5. The 5 back to the inside. Denny Hamlin to the lead. Shane Van Gisbergen in second. He locks up into the last corner, and here comes Tyler Reddick to steal the win. And we have a car upside down on the front straightaway. Tyler Reddick burned it down in turn 1 and 2. We'll get a replay here in a second. Final lap, Shane Van Gisbergen locks up in turn 3, and Tyler Reddick is just there to steal the win. In a hectic final corner, the 60 gets cleaned out by the 9, and the 54 catches air on the front straightaway after being cleaned out by the 4. We'll get another look here. He just gets turned by the 4, and I guess the hit into the wall made him catch air and get flipped over on the front straightaway. And we're going to take a close look into the problems between the 9 and the 60. Looks like the 9 got loose off the 60 on the front straightaway, and I guess this started the problems for the 2. As down the back straightaway the next lap, the 9 just sends the 60 up the track, almost takes him out, and then that almost takes SVG out as a result. And Ryan Preece was not happy about that, spinning Chase Elliott on the very next restart. And then immediately after that, on the final lap, Chase Elliott drives back through the field to come and dump the 60 in the final corner. And here is your finishing order. Tyler Reddick gets the win with a hard-charging SVG and Denny Hamlin close behind. Kyle Larson led a ton of laps, but just couldn't get the win today. 5 cars DNF'd out of today's race. The 3 of Austin Dillon, 19 of Chase Briscoe, 20 of Christopher Bell, 23 of Bubba Wallace, 16 of AJ Allmendinger, and the 54 of Ty Gibbs. And that's all for today's race. We're now going to transition you into our post-race show in honor of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch, a 63-time NASCAR Cup Series winner. My personal favorite NASCAR driver and my inspiration for NASCAR. Been watching him race since 2013, give or take. And these are all the diecasts I've collected since then. I wanted to make this race in dedication to Kyle Busch. I also wanted to show off all the diecasts I've collected, as I'm doing right now. Kyle Busch was my inspiration for NASCAR, like I said. And losing him has made the NASCAR world very, very, very different for me. And the community as a whole will remember Kyle Busch. Rest in peace.
This is third win in 2017. And how about that high-speed burnout right in front of the grandstands here in New Hampshire? That moment presented by Sunoco, fueling victories all season long. After a win, you see Kyle Busch with the thumb out the window and back in front of the grandstands, quickly making his way to the finish line, where his tradition is to get out of the car with the flag in hand and bow to the crowd. Interestingly, this win comes really with the move through smoke that he couldn't see, where the cars in front of him were sideways. And he creates a smoke cloud that you can barely see the Evan 18.